Hello and welcome back to Angry Dad Simulator.
Good day.
We had a little bit of an issue where our stuff sort of died on us, but we're back.
Because I started speaking.
We're back to where we were, and everything's the same as it was, and we're all good.
Last time I talked about one of my favorite Norse stories, but we lost it.
But now you can tell it again.
It's the story of Sleipnir, one of Loki's children, with the horse of a giant wall builder, essentially.
Yes, a Jotun, a giant, owned the father of Sleipnir, which I can't, for the life of me,
Remember his name.
No, I know his name. I just can't fucking pronounce it. Because, Jesus Christ. It is really, really weird.
By our standards, not by theirs.
Well, yeah, it's normal for their standards, but it's just... The pronunciation is really weird. Like, it has an O in it with a symbol that we do not ever use, so I have no idea where to even start with pronouncing it.
How do you spell it though? First couple letters.
It's S-E... weird O. Just look up Sleipnir, and then go to the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but I don't know how to spell Sleipnir. You do that. Oh, here's the cross enemies. We can't use your Leviathan axe on them.
Eat my fist,
You gotta go fist to cuff
bitch.
Also, underneath the health is the stun meter. Just click in the right analog stick.
Yeah, punching does a lot of stun damage, but it does less damage. Atreus's arrows also do a decent amount of stun.
And just a little chip damage to be precise.
For now, yes.
For now, yeah. I sense the boss battle around here.
I sense a very tasty fight, yes.
I do not know. Now be silent.
Frozen thing was Elsa.
Almost home.
Oh shit.
She really let herself go.
Oh god, yeah. I guess this is the dark version, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's Norse mythology. It has to be dark.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would pronounce that O.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
Oh, oops.
I accidentally pressed a button, but it's fine. It has
As long as you don't
confirmation.
hold X.
Yeah.
That's how you skip in this game.
Yeah. Give it to him and see if he can
No.
figure it out.
This is the father's name, right?
Yes.
Holy shit, I really can't pronounce the name either. That's a hard one, holy crap.
Anyway. Basically, Loki turned himself into a female horse to distract the Jotun's horse, which was
By banging him.
doing like 17 different jobs and helping its Jotun complete the wall. And got him to chase him away.
They did try other ways of distracting him first, though.
Yes, that wasn't his first option. He's
Yeah,
just
his first thought was not, I want to fuck that horse.
his first thought is, if I don't do something, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and Sleipnir is supposed to have 8 feet.
You want me to hit
Oh god.
And it's supposed to be the fastest.
Yeah, and it was a gift to Odin after Loki
With the
came
one
back.
with the one
Try again.
Requirements being that nobody asked where it came from.
That's literally the best part.
Your anger, you can get lost in it. That ahead is difficult.
Anger leads to
And you,
hate.
Atreus, are clearly not
Hate
ready.
leads to you coughing up blood because you're a weak little shit.
Quiet.
And that anger will transfer to me when I go kill something.
I like this fight.
Now, I really like the sound design of that right there because it alludes to a little something you find out later on. And if you know who this is, then you were expecting it.
1 second. There's you can kind of see something very important though. Like, oh wait, not that scene. Sorry.
Tell me what I
Later.
want to know.
Sorry about that.
No need for this to get bloody.
But yeah, he has a dragon.
You just spoiled it.
Oh, whatever. It's not a huge story thing.
I'm joking.
I thought you'd be bigger.
I like some of his tattoos.
I thought you'd be less crazy.
Long way from home.
But yeah, his tattoos are really nice because they are actually Old Norse runes.
Yeah.
They look like they're from Old Farthark.
You should move on.
Younger.
I thought you'd be taller, said the guy who's like
All kind was supposed to be
11 inches
at
shorter.
my yeah, he's at my chest, and he's like, I thought you'd be bigger.
You hide out here in the woods.
Like
Like
cow.
a cow.
You do not want this fight.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
he's crazy in this.
Well, would you also be crazy if you had to go through that type of situation?
I mean, yeah, but in the actual Norse mythology, he is the most beloved of all the gods.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's hard for the parkour.
I warned you.
Should I say who this is, or should I leave it as a?
We'll find out in a sec.
I mean,
Well, we don't find out
when
until
I first
much
saw
later.
this scene, I saw how he was not taking any damage, and I'm like,
Yeah, anyone who
I know who this dude is.
knows who this is knows immediately,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you don't actually find out his name until later.
Well, it's because Kratos doesn't know anything now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should I say that, or should I
I'll leave it to you.
What do you guys think?
It's pretty obvious who it is.
If you know anything about Norse
Come on,
mythology.
then.
All right. Yeah. This is Baldur, and in this,
He's a super dope dude.
yeah, he's
He's a party animal.
he's the most beloved of all
They all
the
were.
gods. He's the son of Frigg and Odin, and he's so beloved that
Everything
his-
agreed not to
yeah,
hurt him.
his mother Frigg went around to every single thing except for mistletoe, and made them promise not to hurt him. And the specific reason she said she didn't bother going to mistletoe was because it was too small and weak to hurt anything in her mind.
And that was a
And,
mistake.
Yeah, that ended up being his downfall. But it's not all terrible. In the story, after he dies, someone, it's not in what I can find, it's not specified who, but it's most likely his mother, goes down to Helheim to speak to Hela about getting him back, and Hela really likes him, just like everyone else, and she's like, okay, if I will I will let him go back if every single thing in all the realms weeps for him. And everything did, except for one person. It was a Jotun, but it was a Jotun that no one really knew. And everyone thinks that it was
Loki in disguise.
Loki in disguise, which is a perfectly reasonable assumption to make, and I think it was supposed to be Loki too, but I wanted to specify that it does not say that it's Loki.
Because I would have already said if it wasn't. No.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And Loki himself liked Baldur, though, so...
He did, but he was a mischievous asshole.
He was, but, you know, he still
He thought it would be funny. And Hell, despite this game's depiction of it, Hell was not a bad... Helheim was not a bad place.
Oh no!
Mythology. It was
just a place you go when you
yeah,
die.
it was just another place that people went, and it was actually really pretty. It was described as being very verdant and beautiful and full of life.
You can thank basically every other religion for making hell something bad.
Specifically Christianity. It was...
I mean, I wasn't gonna point fingers, but...
I mean, Christianity was one of the first to specifically make hell a bad place.
Yeah.
The Greeks... For the Greeks,
a lot of the earlier religions, you just went somewhere when you died.
I'm spacing on the name of the Greek afterlife.
And now we've unlocked Rage Mode.
Yes, Spartan Rage.
I'm spacing on it too.
But yeah, in the Greek afterlife, it's basically the same as the Norse afterlife.
It's just somewhere you go when you die.
Yeah, and specifically for the Greeks, their afterlife was one place separated into multiple different sections. And each of these sections was a different afterlife for different people.
Yeah.
In Norse mythology, the different afterlives are actually different realms.
And they're based on were you an honorable fighter? Did you die?
Well, yes and also no. There were two places. I can't.
Valhalla was one of the place for warriors.
Yes, Valhalla was one of them, and
Hell.
Hell was another one. But there's another one that I can't remember the name of. It's ruled by someone else, but after a battle, Odin and this other person would basically divide the souls of the honorable warriors among themselves, and they would say, okay, I get this guy, you get this guy, and basically it was just a gamble on which place you would go to.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sorry, I was thinking about the story, and I just kept pressing the button as though I were still beating his ass.
and they were like, oh wait a minute, I'm in the cutscene.
Yeah.
I mean, you got into the topic.
Yeah, that's fine.
I really like talking about this stuff. It is really cool. And Norse mythology is hella metal. It is so fucking metal. Like,
Sorry, but I like how you drop a stone on them.
Yeah.
Heavy enough to break a fucking mountain.
Yeah, you punch the rock, and then you just fucking drop it on this dude.
And it's heavy enough to break a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
I love it.
You just shatter the earth.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And Baldur's like, yeah, bitch, that didn't
The
do anything.
fuck is that shit?
Boom!
I like this.
I can't feel anything.
Odin sent me here. I just needed answers, but you
And now they're going all Dragon Ball Z on our asses.
whatever you have.
Well,
No, they aren't. I don't see them sitting around for 5 hours yelling.
that's true. That is absolutely true. I'm glad somebody pointed that out. That's what I hate about Dragon Ball. And it's like, come on, let's get going. That's why I like Hit so much.
This planet will blow up after 5 minutes.
I want to
5
see.
hours of yelling later, it's still blowing up.
I might be the only one, but I want to see Kratos with Goku's hairstyle.
I'm sure it's been done.
It probably is because there's a lot of Dragon Ball fans that do stupid shit.
I really want to see that now.
I'm sure it's been done.
Oh yeah, it's been done.
Struggle is pointless.
Your face is
Be
pointless.
this way.
I always struggle. And guess what? It never failed me. I'm Kratos, bitch.
You can't win. I feel nothing, but you feel everything. Yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother, and if you'd given me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended.
This fight is basically an unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
Yeah. it
Yeah.
really
This is literally that.
Yep.
And round 3.
I want to go fist on his ass. I want to fist this asshole. Come on.
Yeah, you fight this guy with his health bar like maxed out like 3 times in one battle, which is great. Because it actually gives like a sense of like you're fighting a god.
Which you
You
are.
Yeah. I mean, you are a god fighting a god, so it's a bit
it
of
gives
a,
you in particular the sense of who this dude is.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that he disappears for a while after this, which is one of my negatives about this game is that, you know, Baldur should have gotten
Well,
more
he's
involved.
serving Odin during this time.
Yeah, no,
You have
he's
to
here to
think about
do
that.
attacks.
Yeah, I know, but it's just that
That's the only reason he's here.
no, I'm saying in terms of like being part of the story, like he's only like
I mean,
3 or 4.
having repeated fights against someone you can't kill, how would they be able to explain him actually leaving in any of those fights?
Well, I'm not talking about just fights. I'm talking about like interactions and stuff, like or like saying that Baldur did this like off screen,
Boom! Kicked him in the fucking face.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like he can do shit
Yeah.
off screen. And while your health is in the red, your rage goes up a bit.
Kick!
Yeah, this is not part of the fight where it's actually hard. You have to pay attention to patterns.
Yeah, I'm kinda messing this up because I'm splitting my focus between a couple different things. And this part of the fight is actually a bit challenging.
Oh yeah, it is. I remember dying here like at least twice before I kind of had to get pattern down.
Nope.
The good thing about
Nope.
this,
Whew.
I didn't have that much issue with it.
Well, I'm trying to talk
Yes,
at the
I
same
know.
time.
yeah,
Like, the funniest thing to me is when people go up to YouTubers
Alright.
who are, like, struggling with a certain
Get good,
thing,
Scruff.
and they're like, why are you so bad? It's like, I'm also trying to be funny and entertaining because I'm an entertainer above
Yeah,
all else.
yeah. That's kind of the more hard part about it that I found out myself. Like, holy shit.
I really love doing this, though.
You
It's a
don't
lot
think
of fun.
about it when you're watching it, but when you're doing it, you're like, oh, hey.
It's always different when you're doing stuff like, compared to like watching something or like
Yeah.
seeing it being done.
Yeah.
It's just
That's why I spend so much time, like, specifically when the other people are playing, I go through the actual effort of making sure that I'm the one primarily talking.
yes.
Because they need to focus on the game a little bit.
Oh yeah, I understand that much.
And that's one of the good things about having
Your group.
a group. Like the solo people, I do not envy them.
No, because it's hard to just do everything by yourself. In fact, some Twitch streamers.
Crack his neck. Crack his fucking neck. Come on. Do it.
I know.
Give me that pop.
Everyone I faced would finally make me feel something, but you can't.
Snap. Oh,
I'll be back.
that was a satisfying. That's like when you crack your own neck. That's such a good feeling. Like
I like
that's
when I crack my ankle.
I really like the sound they decided to go for with that. Like, it wasn't too much where it's like, ugh. It's like that satisfying pop.
Yeah.
You were saying something? Before I went all nuts about breaking his...
I know. I was saying...
Do it!
We were talking about, like, how it's hard to, like, be an entertainer by yourself and, like, doing this. Twitch streamers have it the worst, though, especially ones that are by themselves.
Well, they have the benefit of talking to the chat.
Yes, they do. And that is good, though. But at the same time, trying to focus on the chat and playing the game at the same time, I found out, holy shit, that's way harder than just doing this. Like,
Yeah, it can be. I mean, it's all just something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
Some of them let the chat entertain themselves, and then they'll interject with
I know.
fun things they've seen.
The thing is that you have to build up that, with you have to build up your Twitch channel first, which that's hard to do. But once you get it going,
If you're a man.
Neither am I.
I mean, it's difficult.
Twitch viewers love the women.
It's difficult for everyone.
it is. But
There are a lot of like unspoken rules for Twitch.
But you can actually get other people to help you, though.
Cannot stay
And you can also
here.
do Discord, too.
Yeah.
Okay. This part right here, if you look very closely on the corner, like, at the bottom right corner, you'll see something very important.
Boy,
It's just off the tip.
There was so much. I thought
Bottom right corner.
Yeah.
you're all right.
See it?
I am
I
alright.
just see a red thing.
Oh, that comes in.
He's talking about the red thing.
Yeah. That's actually important later on.
We are leaving.
The fuck is it? It's just a red shape.
Thought I wasn't ready.
You are not.
Well, he tells, Kratos has always told Atreus not to go down there for a reason.
You beat the game, so you know what's down there.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember what's down there.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
I kinda don't want to talk about it now. Just let him find out when he finds out.
Yep. I'm going to let him do that.
When do you find out about
Halfway through the game.
it? Halfway through the game. I don't remember ever coming back to this place halfway through the game.
Yes,
Oh, I did.
but an important one.
It's when Atreus is sick and you have to go to hell.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that. Okay. During that moment, I was more focused on saving his life.
Yeah,
You focused on that? Scrub.
No, I focused on what you're gonna get from doing that because I was
Now-
like,
now that I'm actually thinking about it, I do remember what those are, and it is very awesome.
yes. Oh God, I can't wait till we get to that. Whew.
You've had to kill people before, haven't you?
Many
You're used to
people.
it.
I understand exactly why, Kratos
Animals
doesn't
I get.
want to go
They're
grab
food.
it, want to take it with him.
Draugr, they're
Yeah.
supposed to be dead. But people, they're trying to survive too.
Close your heart to it.
Close
On
your
our
hearts
journey,
to
we
their
will be
suffering.
attacked by all manner of creature. Close your heart to their desperation. Close your heart to their suffering. Do not allow yourself to feel for them. They will not feel for you.
That's actually
God.
very, very true.
God, I am so fucking sexy.
Has
And
this
then we get our
was
first,
fun?
actual axe puzzle. Not really a super axe puzzle. Yeah, you want to break those pots down with your
I
axe.
can get a better look.
They're
Yep.
offering casks.
They basically give you, items and stuff. Which is, you want money.
Hacksilver. Hacksilver! Oh, that's something I actually wanted to talk about. Hacksilver is really interesting because it was an actual Norse form of money. I missed the thing because
I did too.
because I was talking. But it's an actual actual old form of money for these people. And what it was is they would take like silver things, like silverware and things made from silver, and they would melt it down and turn it into money. It was specifically made from salvaged pieces of silver.
Yeah.
And it was great.
It's very interesting. I really like that they chose to go with actual hack silver. Come on, drop that fucking chain.
I know. That was kind of funny that he didn't drop the chain and he just
It takes so long. It's just like it's just a metal chain. Move your ass.
Boy.
Take it, it'll drop itself.
Boy.
Yeah, the thing about Kratos in this game is that he's not as athletic as he used to be.
Well, he's an older gentleman.
Yes, but he's a god.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yes.
Friendly?
gods can still
Trying
die.
to rob us?
Like that's the cool thing about where am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to
Yeah,
go over
over
here.
there.
How was that?
That's the cool thing about like
Older gods. They weren't
they were
immortal. They weren't unkillable. They were just
well the
powerful beings.
the Greek gods were immortal.
But
well,
they weren't unkillable.
They weren't unkillable. No, they couldn't die naturally because of the wonderful, glorious ambrosia. The ambrosia was actually what made people gods.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this was also in like the E3 trailer, but there was like dragons and stuff like flying around and shit though.
There are still dragons in this game, and you meet a very important one
Yeah, I
that
know.
I'm going to have a lot
What
of fun
he's talking about is the fact that they were flying around.
Yeah, like after
Yeah.
the fight you had with that the troll guy, you know, the big troll.
Yeah, but no, there is a really important dragon that I really want to talk about, and I want to get to him as soon as we can. Because, because he's really cool, and you should know who I'm talking about.
I probably do.
Also, we're gonna get our very, very first rune.
Yes, we are getting our first rune soon, and that is very, very cool. That is very fun.
So,
There is something in this game that they take a lot of creative.
I do not know.
okay.
I'm spacing on the word for it.
Wow.
Creative indulgences, let's say. And one of them, obviously, is how they depict Helheim. The other one is how they depict Satyr, the Old Norse magic. And they depict it a lot in this. They show it as something dark and evil. And it had the potential for that. But for them in their time, it was just magic.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people used it, mostly women. It was seen as a very unmanly thing to do, but for women it was a very respected practice. It wasn't so much that men couldn't do it, it was just,
It's manlier to
practice
beat things over with them.
Yeah, it was like, you practice Satyr? You fucking
You filthy
unmanly,
milk drinker!
unmanly milk drinker, woman man.
Yeah.
But for women, it was a very respected practice, and it was used most commonly for
You practice Satyr? Mommy, yes.
Oh, now you tell it. That's something I don't like is that they tell you exactly like now they give you the ability to do this.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Copyright.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, for I was saying something specific. Oh yeah,
About
it was
women and magic.
no, it was in actual Norse mythology. It was most commonly used for divination purposes and healing. But you know, there were curses and stuff, and there were dark aspects to it. But it was just a thing that you did.
That's That happens a lot with a lot
Freya and Frigg were both very well-known practicers of Sadir,
Yeah.
and they were very, very respected women.
That happens with a lot of other ancient practices. Like new ideas come around and they're like, hey, what if this is actually evil?
I mean, a lot of these things were made evil by Christianity.
Yes.
Because Christianity just likes taking things and just makes them, black and white.
They either paint everything in a bad light, or they hide things that they're uncomfortable with.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
And they got really good at that.
Yeah, they did, but people wisen up and everything, kind of. 'Cause there are some-
I'm gonna leave an asterisk next to that one.
I said kind of, because there are some people that I've met though. Oh boy.
But necromancy was another one that was like that. It was more along the lines of divination.
Yes, necromancy was specifically in Greek practices.
Yes.
It was a form of divination by speaking to the dead, who had a better view of the world because they weren't.
They knew life and death.
Yeah, so it was most commonly seen as a form of divination.
And it wasn't
You can read the
super different from just talking to an elder.
Yeah.
It was seeking knowledge from one who has more than you.
Yes, and there were aspects of necromancy as bringing the dead back to life before Christianity.
Oh yeah.
But when
It was
Christianity
never
came,
explicitly evil.
yeah,
It was just a thing.
I mean, it was as with everything. It had people who used it for
Oh, yeah.
for evil.
But I mean, that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, science can be used for evil, but
And
science
has in
isn't
the
bad.
past.
Yeah, there's a reason for the mad scientist trope.
Yes.
It is an actual thing.
Hold
Yeah.
on, we're gonna have to pause it for the now
Why?
because we're 30 minutes in.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so-
right.
So next time we'll be able to get something juicy, and we hope you enjoyed this conversation we just had.
Later, more about necromancy, satyr, and mad scientists.
Goodbye.
Wiedersehen.
You have a good day, mortals.